Hello, ladies, and welcome back to Sisterland Investors. I'm your host, Elizabeth, and I hope everyone had a great Easter. This mommy was, of course, Easter and our family. It's like a huge, not chaos, but everyone's fighting for the candies. My sister and I will also go out there with the kids because we win our Reese's Pieces, our chocolate, and I accidentally bumped into one of the tree branches to get the egg that was up there and I nipped my lip. Anyways, so I hope everyone had a great Easter. Happy Easter to everyone. Today, we're going to discuss everything from overwhelmed to regulated. This is a mom's guide to build wealth without losing your peace, without losing your mind, and staying peaceful. So again, from fight or flight to financial flow, a guide for the modern investor. So the first part, ladies, I like to break it down at least 3 to 4 parts. The first part is the invisible landlord in 2026. The invisible one is the mental one, the landlord that's up here. In 2026, the Alliance study shows that over 53% of women are now CFOs of their household, CEO or CFO, but stress levels are at their all-time high. The traditional side hustle or full-time high-pressure jobs keep the nervous system in a constant state of fight or flight. And we don't want this. If everyone knows about wellness, which that was my background, we have to try to maintain our nervous system in a calm, soothing, relaxing environment for our sake and for everyone around us. It does affect the people around you, your kids, your husband, everyone else. Most of the ladies, the professional women that are in our group or just out there in general, they have high stress jobs. Either they have to be at work at a certain time because they have a surgery to do or a dental operation to do, and you have to be there early. And then you have the kids who's going to take care of the kids between 7 in the morning and 8 o'clock when school starts. And this is a lot of pressure and tension that a lot of us moms currently have these days. Unless you're a stay-at-home mom, kudos to you. But for the majority of the moms, you're working. You're out there trying to have a second income for your families. And it's a lot of pressure for you ladies. And my tip for most of the moms is to try to stay calm, especially when you feel that stress. And it's hard. A lot of people will say, well, how do you do it? Just refocus your attention, refocus. It's being very self-aware, being extremely self-aware, and knowing when and how to regulate your nervous system is crucial, not just for your work and your business, but for your family. Most importantly, for you, for your own health. That's number one. Because we have a lot of problems, moms. We have all these things that pop up throughout the day. But let me tell you, the day you have a health issue, that's going to be your one and only problem. Everything else falls. So number one is keeping ourselves healthy. And then once that's said, everything else can be solved. So the nervous system friendly business is, of course, no other than land. For me, it's land. I love it. It's not about doing less. It's about doing things that don't trigger our cortisol spikes. So doing things that don't trigger our cortisol. So what is that? For a lot of us, it could be a walk in the park, meditation, putting on nice music, calling a friend, calling your babies, just having a quick little memory pop up of a good time. And that will swap and decrease your cortisol spikes. And it's as simple as that. But yet when we're in the moment of like, high pressure, high stress, it can't be resolved. This needs to be fixed ASAP. That's when your cortisol spikes. And we as businesswomen and as moms, it's hard to regulate it at that moment, but that's the moment we need to nip it right there. So the big question, ladies, is how do we move from earning to survive to investing to breathe? How do we do that, Elizabeth? For me, first of all, is self-awareness, knowing that whatever you're doing is stressing you out. That's a good sign if you're aware of it. And then 2 is trying to take little steps. So we're going to jump into second part, segment 2, the real estate, specifically land. You know, ladies, I love real estate. I think it's a great vehicle to build generational wealth. It has been for many, many years. I don't think it's going to go anywhere. again, I may be wrong, but I don't think it's going to go anywhere. If you hold on to an asset, hold it long term, and it will increase in value. Specifically, our real estate that has been our preference for the last, let's say, 12 years, 15 years, is now land, specifically land. It's a Vegas nerve approval. Let's compare it to a traditional service based business. Clients, deadlines, constant pings and calls and texts to the real estate of land. Let's do a quick comparison. You ready? We're going to have two different categories. The service based is the hustle, like, I don't know, you're running a small coffee shop, or you're a dentist, or you're a nurse, or you're have a restaurant, or whatever business it is, right? Versus the real estate or land, specifically here is the land investing, the asset. Let's do a quick comparison. Are you ready, ladies? The primary currency for the service-based business is you trade hours for dollars. If you don't work, you don't earn. And that's the majority of where you women and ladies are. And we want to provide another venue so you can start investing and slowly pull out of that one and let the money work for you. So for the real estate and land investing, specifically the equity, primary currency is equity. It's not your time. Equity, you trade capital or the strategy for appreciation. The asset that works while we sleep, ladies. Hello. And I'm not saying it's all passive, because it's not. At first, you have to do a lot of work. I like to say it's easy cheesy because it's a psychological thing that just calms my nervous system. I might say it out loud and you might catch me saying a lot. Oh, it's easy. It's so easy. But that's just me trying to brainwash myself. Ladies, keep telling yourself it's easy and you can do it, because you can. Again, the primary currency for the service-based business is time. For the real estate land investing is equity. So one, you trade your hours for money. And the second one, you use capital and appreciation to buy the asset that will increase over time and add value to you. The asset that works while you sleep. Okay. The next one is emotional load. For the service-based business, it's high, and for the land is low. So let's do the comparison. Emotional load for the business side, managing clients and expectations. You have to scoop, you know what I'm trying to say. And there's personal conflicts, and there's different personalities that you have to deal with, which is great. I think everyone should interact with different people, different ages, different ethnic backgrounds, and different views, because that's just life. So it's a great point to start with, because even in land, you have it. Who buys and who sells? You have different types of people with different backgrounds, and you have to listen to all that, and you have to understand where they're coming from, their morals, their values. It's very important in this business as well. But in land, it's a lot lower. Raw land doesn't have an opinion. Ladies, the raw land does not have an opinion. It doesn't get offended, and you don't get calls at 9 p.m. or 2 in the morning. So this is the other thing that keeps your nervous system down. Emotional load. If you've listened to our first probably 3 or 4 podcasts, we described why we went into land. We did the whole background of what we've done, why we're doing this, how it's worked. I love it. I think it's fun and it's easy. Do you hear those words coming out of my mouth? The other one's communication. We have to have communication both in the business side and then in the land side. So the two different communications for the service-based business is reactive, versus the land business is proactive. So let's do the comparisons really quick. So for communication, reactive and proactive. Reactive for the business space, your constant text, the pinging of your Slack notifications, texts, calls, emails. You're reacting to all that. You're like, oh, there's fires that I need to put out. So you're constantly getting notifications. And now that you have this, some moms I see have their iPhone watches or whatever they're called everywhere, headphones, your laptop, your desktop, your iPad, everywhere. So you're constantly being reactive. Whereas in land, you're more proactive. You control the pace of the deal. And it's so true. You do control it because what you send out is what you're going to get in. So if you don't want to be super busy, you back up a little and you're like, okay, let me release the pedal to the gas and take it a little slower this year. I don't want to be as busy because my daughter's graduating or my son's going to college or there's a wedding coming up and I don't want to be as busy. Whatever the pace is for you, you're more proactive in land investing. You control the pace, the deal. No one is on fire if your land takes an extra week to do whatever it is that you need to do. A survey, a plating, elevation certificate, clearing it out, adding something to enhance the value. There's no big deal if you wait a week, 2 weeks, or even a month. So with land, it's more proactive. This is the beauty. This is again why we love it. And with the service-based business, you're more reactive because everyone's calling you, texting you, emailing you, expecting a response. And that could be overwhelming for our nervous systems, not only as businesswomen, but as moms. We're being pulled different directions. And then finally, the ceiling. What do we mean by that? For the service-based business is physical, and for the land investing is financial. That's your ceiling. For the service-based business, the physical, you could only scale by hiring more people, more stress, more working hours, things of that nature. So it's very physical and mentally demanding. If you have your business, you need to scale by hiring more people, more help in the restaurant, more help at your law firm or doctor's office. You need more people and you have more people, more stress because you're managing different people and you're working maybe more hours. With the land business, your only ceiling is financial. I see it all the time. It's not so much scaling. Scalability is only limited by your deal flow or your capital, not by your physical presence. And that's your only limit, the money portion. And ladies, we're here to support you. You need financial help. We are here to support you. Don't let capital be your bottleneck. Call us. We have a group of investors, either ourselves or other investors that we know that will be willing to invest if you have a great piece of property to invest on. So that's your only ceiling, the financial. You take care of that with a phone call, an email, and a text. We're happy to help. Land investing is very low maintenance. We said this over and over. Unlike residential and commercial and multifamily, there's no toilets, no tenants, no foundation issues, no termites, no midnight phone calls. I could go on and on, leaky roofs, low maintenance. It's the land. That's what it is. Here you go. Go look at it. You don't even have to, sometimes you don't even have to go show it. You just go. This is the address across from it or next to it. Go see it. It's predictable, ladies. It's a tangible asset. You could touch it. You could feel it. You could taste it if you want the dirt. I don't recommend for you to taste it, but you could touch it. You can feel it. You can see it. It's there. It's a tangible asset that provides a psychological floor of knowing, of relief, of this is mine. Knowing that you own a physical piece of earth creates a sense of safety. Whereas a volatile stock in the market ticker, it cannot replicate this feeling. So just knowing that you have this is already calming and soothing for your nervous system, for you, and for your whole family. Ladies, now more women want the financial realism. We are looking for stability. We don't want speculation like maybe we'll get a return of investment in 10, 20, 30 years. This is stable, but eventually over time it goes up. It's stable. People need land. Companies need land to do what they need to do. There's so many uses. So that's another reason. Part 3 of this podcast, the practical steps to buy back your peace as moms, as investors, as professional women. Let's start with number 1, the inventory. As a service-based business, inventory is huge. You're constantly frying your nervous system, thinking of chasing clients, getting more clients to come to your clinic or your firm or your coffee shop and whatever it is that you have the service business. You're constantly looking for clients, responding to your employees. One's upset because of this, the meetings, the showings, etc. There's so much uncertainty, so much going on. And this puts a lot of pressure on your nervous system. And it's the uncertainty of next month's income. Is it going to come through? Do we have enough for next month? It's a constant stress. Step 2, asset replacing one high stress income stream, such as your service business, with one passive real estate stream. And again, I've done real estate like homes and land. And I'm going to tell you, land is way less than homes because I didn't do too much in the homes. Other people would go and fix them and do stuff, but it was still constant trying to get a tenant in, trying to keep the tenants happy. So the land is still more passive and more low stress than having all these other ones. Let me give you a quick example. If you flip one piece of land or one real estate property, those properties cover your mortgage. How much noise can you turn down on a daily job? That's a huge amount of noise that you turn down. You don't have to worry about all these meetings and emails and texts that you're getting constantly. And then step 3, steps to buying back your peace. Systems over sweat. An automation to handle the administrative side of investing so the business feels like a silent partner, not a second job. And if you've heard the other podcasts, I'll talk about how I use it all the time to respond to certain emails, common questions that we get, to tell me meeting notes. It'll give me the highlights of my meeting notes. There's so many automations and it gets better and better, ladies. Every single day there's something new coming out. It's like, it's practically doing things for you. So step 3 was systems over sweat. And then again, the final one, practical steps to buying back your peace. The mom's secret weapon. As women and as moms, we're naturally risk aware and we are detail oriented. Do you agree, moms? The exact traits needed for a successful land due diligence. It's huge, it's important. That's where you make your money, when you're looking for land and doing your due diligence to see if it's a good investment or not. So finally, the end of this podcast is peace of mind. Just imagine, ladies, a Tuesday morning, you're not rushing because you know your piece of land is your land bank and it's appreciating in the background. Imagine that, ladies, a Tuesday morning, it's 9 a.m. You're not rushing because you have your land bank and it's appreciating over time as you just go for a walk or drink your coffee, knowing that it's there appreciating. If you want to learn more on how to purchase land, what to look for, just learn more, make sure you follow us, ladies, at sisterlandinvestors.com. Go grab your blueprint, leave comments. We're super excited, moms, and pumped up to calm your nervous system and know that everything's going to be okay. We love you. Until next podcast, we'll see you until next time. Bye, ladies. Take care.